Every issue has two sides. Most shows pick one. We argue both. Not for clicks, not for comfort, but because the truth loves tension between ideas, power, and the people they affect. This is Mike and Nick. Left versus right. 30 minutes. No talking points. No safe takes. No holds barred. Let's go.
Let's go.
How you doing, Nick Iones?
I'm doing good, man. Exciting to be here again. People want to know what's happening in the world. They come to us.
People want to hear different perspectives. Civil discourse, right? We're not going to beat each other up. We're not going to...
No, we're not going to spew, spit out of our mouths and like rabid dogs, right?
Right. Right.
Just to bring in an intellectual conversation to the matter. So,
how has your week gone? Has it been busy?
Mike, I'm always busy, man. I'm always busy. Very exciting things happening.
So I know the big topic of the week, and we're going to get to it, and we're going to spend some good time with it. But first, since I'm guiding us here, okay?
Just lefty love. I can
no,
smell
there's no lefty
now.
love. Just
lefty
a news
love.
item. And by the way, last week...
clip. You got all your clips. By the way, I wanted the audience to know that I didn't prepare at all for this.
Well, we're just having a conversation.
You're going to blindside me with a lot of liberal, lefty, tree-hugging BS.
I do love trees. You don't love trees?
I love trees, too.
Okay, yeah. I just produced a podcast for arborists. Do you know what arborists are?
They're a pain in the ass.
Because you're a construction guy.
Yeah.
And they love trees, and you need to get rid of these trees.
We have
so you
to
can
get
build.
rid of a few trees. We should get rid of them.
Well, it depends. Sometimes you can save the tree.
You don't want to be a left-hugging tree.
We both love trees.
Tree
here.
hugger.
Okay. We just lost everybody who loves the trees. So, news item off the top. Let's discuss.
Oh, my God. Okay, here we go.
MP Lori Idlout was met with rousing applause from other Liberal MPs prior to a meeting of the caucus. Idlout is now the fourth MP to cross the floor of the House from an opposition party to the Liberals in recent months. The other three were Conservatives. Idlout was first elected in 2021 and re-elected in last spring's federal election. With her on board, the Liberals are now at 170 seats, 2 seats shy of a majority. Meanwhile, NDP leader Don Davies said he was very disappointed that Idlout joined the Liberals and said Idlout's decision should be put to her voters. Idlout gave a brief statement to media Wednesday morning, accompanied by Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Like with any complicated issue, it wasn't just one thing that happened. There are a variety of many things that have allowed me to really reflect on this, and I'm very thankful to be so warmly welcomed.
Oh my God, I almost threw up the whole
Let
time.
me hear your thoughts on this, and then I'll chime
What's
in
there
with
to
my
say?
thoughts.
You have a liberal, instead of a conservative trader, you have an NDP trader. And it doesn't surprise me either because she's NDP. They don't have any principles or morals.
What do you think about this fact? It brings the Liberals to 170 seats. And there are a few by-elections coming up.
I don't know. There's a couple of by-elections too. Well, I mean, listen, you got to hand it to someone who works behind the scenes to win a majority any way he can. I mean, that's political fighting, right? So, kudos to Mark Carney, but at the same time, the people should decide whether he has a true majority or not. And I think if there was another election, he wouldn't win it. He wouldn't win a majority.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you'd say he'd win another minority. If
He would win another minority for sure. I think so. I think people are split on his so far his track record.
Okay, you.
So I won.
Now, what's interesting about this is I had to choose what news service to pull a clip from, and last time we recorded Mike versus Nick, I intentionally said, okay, I'll skip CBC because that's easy. There's a lot of great CBC clips out there. I said, let me do CTV then Nick won't give me the business or whatever. And you still gave me the business. And I got comments. I should have pulled them to read them and attribute them. But from people who said, if you can't trust CTV News, like, how do you even have a conversation? And this is my question for you before we move on to the big story of the week.
Oh,
how do we talk if we can't accept...
Are you serious? Like, people are actually saying if I can't trust CTV News, why would we want to trust CTV News at all?
Can you elaborate on that? What is it that... Why do you distrust CTV News?
I don't trust any news media outlet.
Okay, but where do you get your news from?
I listen to what's going on, and I listen to all various news segments. It's not a matter of where I get my news from. It's just that you shouldn't trust any. This is like Noam Chomsky 101. News is propaganda.
Okay,
you can't believe what the media
trust
is telling
no one.
you.
I think that was Fox Mulder.
No, it has nothing to do with Fox.
You didn't watch X-Files.
Listen. I'm not like untrustworthy of the media. I just don't like the media.
Okay, well,
at all. I don't like Canadian media. It's like terrible.
Do you want to know what news
CBC,
service?
CTV. I don't care which one you look at. They're all terrible.
That clip about the Nunavut MP moving to the Liberals from the NDP. Do you know where I pulled that from?
Fox News.
APTN News.
And what's that?
Well, it's an Indigenous news service because Lori from Lori, her name is, I want to get it right here.
Well,
Idlout.
They played a.
She's Indigenous.
Okay, good. That's nice. She played a. You got to laugh into the microphone, eh, Mike?
Well, if I laugh off mic, no one will hear it.
That's the whole point. You need to be truthful.
All right, you want to move on?
I would say, like, you know what? It was a balanced clip, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, well, it's just reporting facts.
Yeah, that's exactly what reporters should be doing.
This is it. This is the fourth person who's done it since Mark Carney was elected.
They produced outrage from the NDP leader.
Well, the NDP leader said go to a by-election. Yes. My thoughts on this, just to wrap it up, is that, well, typically, I know the CBC did a study on like what happens to people who cross the floor. Okay, Belinda Stronach did this, for example. There's a number of people who famously cross the floor to a different party. Typically, it's the best, more often than not, you suffer at the next election. So the next election, you suffer at the polls because of your decision to cross the floor. So you may not pay for it right now. Obviously, there's nothing that can be done, no by-election. But when we do go to the polls again, then you suffer the consequences.
The people suffer the consequences. That's the problem.
Well, okay.
In politics, people suffer the consequences.
So stay tuned because we do have these by-elections you alluded to. But I know there's
you know what? There's no accountability for governments. It's a joke. If there's the people are held accountable all the time by laws governing our nation, but the government is never accountable. Things happen in government that if it happened in the private industry, we would all, I don't even want to say it, but it would be very serious.
Same as it ever was. Okay, so let me turn the channel now. Let's listen to a little bit of Mark Carney here.
Le Canada ne participe pas dans les opérations offensives des États-Unis.
It's a bilingual country, Nick. Hold on.
Ne y participe jamais.
Do you know what Mark was saying there in
well,
in
obviously
French?
You do.
He says Canada will never take part in this Iran war.
Yeah, and he said it in French of all things.
Well, what a coward.
What a coward.
He should speak some French.
Say it in English.
I think he said
He's saying it in French because it's an easy way for him to say it without saying it in English. So it doesn't get repeated all over the airways.
So we have an U.S. Israeli war on Iran, and the quote is, we'll never participate in it. Okay, so Canada will never participate in it.
But he didn't say that at the beginning, did he?
No, he has. He
was wishy-washy from the beginning.
He was wishy-washy. No, in the beginning,
say it?
I think it's a tough line he's trying to.
Well, listen, I really don't care what Mark Carney says about Iran because unfortunately, we don't have like a big military power, and we're pretty much irrelevant when it comes to the global stage and international events.
But we did go into Afghanistan.
Yeah, as a supporter, and that was done with under Stephen Harper.
The only one
good guy.
prior, the only big one we opted out of was, the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. That was the one that we opted out of. Chrétien said the proof is the proof is the proof.
Yeah, but the big news is the Iran war. And we're talking about Carney.
Well, because we're talking about Canada, and then we're going to segue over to the big world at large. But we do like to keep this Canadian focus.
You know what? You lose focus when you start talking about Canada's role in the Iran war, because we don't have one.
Well, we'll never participate in it.
There's nothing to participate in, because we don't have military power.
Okay, what are your thoughts? I know you watch a lot of...
And it's been degraded since Trudeau came into power, and it's probably even worse now. So there's really no point. Mike, I'm sorry to say, but I'm going to win this easily, hands down.
There's no win.
We will not participate in the war in Iran because we don't have really much power to really display and project over the world. I think that's what's being said here.
What are your thoughts on what's transpiring in the Middle East right now? That is the big story in the world.
That's a loaded question, right? But you're asking me, what are your thoughts? Do you support it?
I support the removal of terrorist organizations and regimes. Like, so the supreme leader being ousted, I was in full support of a regime change. That's a bad regime, and the supreme leader was ousted. But as you know, they've made the son of the previous supreme leader is the new supreme leader. And although there are some interesting stories out there about his health. Have you been reading these?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
he's impotent too.
So I don't know what's going on, what's real. We haven't seen him.
All you impotents out there.
But he says that the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed, and this is sort of a big part of this story is the Strait of Hormuz being closed. So I would say I'm sort of unsure that I trust. I think the line I would use for you, Nick, before I pass the baton back, is that I'm personally not comfortable with Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu deciding like who the good guys are and who the bad guys are in this world.
Yeah, because you're anti-Israeli.
No, I'm not. I never said that.
Anti-Netanyahu. Do you think Netanyahu should go to jail if he comes to Canada?
Yes, but I'm not. Okay, so I think that war crimes are being committed. But I ask you, Nick.
Okay, so
are you in favor of this war?
Well, listen. I mean, when I first heard the news, I was pretty concerned. I would say everybody would probably be concerned about a strike in Iran. It's a very challenging, it's a balancing act here. I mean, it's a terrible regime, which we all know. And,
yes.
And I wish the Iranian people could have like a better government and more free government. And I wish that could take place, but we just don't know whether that's going to take place or not. It looks like they struck at the heart of the matter, and they Ali Mohammed Khamenei, he passed. Obviously, that was a good thing, I guess, in many respects.
86 years young.
It's a bad regime. It's been a bad regime for a long time. Obviously, there's a big history about the Iranians and the Americans and the Israelis. I guess the Israelis and Iran, they were allies with the Shah in power. And then Mossadegh, I think he got assassinated, and then over time there was a big outrage and the Iranian revolution. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like it's Venezuela where you go in, take one person, and then the whole regime collapses. This is going to be a lot tougher. I think in many respects, I support the actions in Iran. I support the regime change. I wish it could occur quickly for the sake of the world. But at the same time, it's a challenging fight, and I think it could be the beginning, or they may just get out right away and that's it and call it a day.
Do you think they have a plan?
Because who?
The Americans.
I'm not quite sure. We're getting mixed messages from Trump and Netanyahu. I think you hear on the one side that it could be that the U.S. will probably pull out, and the Israelis may continue the fight for regime change. It's very hard to know what's going to happen next. And the concern about oil in the strait, traveling through the Straits of Hormuz, is also very, very challenging situation to deal with, because I think even if the U.S. left, there would still be, Iran might continue to, not that Iran is a powerful nation anymore, they're not, but there could be that situation where we're held in the balance. However, there's a lot of Asian countries that are dependent on the supply of oil in that region, including Korea, Japan, China, of course, is caught into that. So it's a very dicey, delicate situation. I hope they thought about this when they made the strikes, because we're not playing checkers here; we're playing chess. So this could be like a good 4D chess game. If you look at the world map, and various regimes are toppling, we're getting back control of the Western Hemisphere. Hopefully Cuba will fall later, because Cuba is a very distraught country, very bad country, very bad regime. The people are in basic poverty for the most part, and it's been a declining nation ever since the Castro regime. It used to be a very, very prosperous nation, and I know that because my wife is Cuban.
Right.
So, I think we want some of the bad players in the world stage off the stage, and I think it would be great for the world. I don't think, that's what I think. And I don't know.
So I need to ask you the big question.
Go ahead.
I got to ask you the big question. Do you trust, speaking of regimes, do you trust this current regime, Donald Trump as president, and the people he surrounded himself with? Do you trust that group of people to stick the landing and satisfy those desires that you just expressed? Like, do you trust them at the helm at this time in the Middle East?
I mean, why would I have no reason to trust or not to trust. They look like a bunch of capable.
Okay, well,
I think that in some respects they're pretty smart on terms of, if you look at Venezuela, that was like a brilliant move.
That was a quick and dirty in and out 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
And snatch guy. Yeah, but that was a play for oil, right?
Well, it was a play for many things, including freeing some of the Venezuelan people. Hopefully, that'll change. That country.
But this is not that, right? Like, I think maybe Trump thought
brilliant.
This would be like
that.
Well,
it could be possible that he thought that would happen there. But I mean, all I can say is that trust is a very difficult situation to gauge in this situation. So I would say yes, in many respects I do, but the appetite for this war, no one has an appetite for war anymore, for good reason, obviously. And I think this is a dicey situation. Let's see what happens in the upcoming weeks.
Do you think this, invasion has anything?
It's not an invasion,
what's the terminology we're going to use? Because I would call it a war. Okay, so I would call it a war.
The abilities of the Iranian people or regime to, literally just to destroy the regime as much as possible.
Do you think the timing of this war, I'm going to call it, Mike's speaking for Mike.
I see your notes there. Elections? Are you kidding me? Midterm elections?
No, nothing to do with midterm. You can't read from there. You're wearing your glasses?
There.
Okay, you got good eyes, man. But that was the note on the Canadian news off the top. I didn't want to skip the Canadian news. It's too easy to just talk about Iran the whole time. But do you think the timing of this has anything to do with the Epstein files?
That's ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous? I'm asking.
It's so silly.
This isn't a wag the dog here.
I can tell you're reading a lot of left wing.
No. I'm living in the planet. I don't read anything like that. But
that's silly. That's just ridiculous. Okay. There's nothing to do with that.
Of course. How ridiculous of me. Sorry?
Yeah, I mean, that's just silly. Okay.
Okay, so this is a lighter note before we close off with the heavy stuff, and then I want to talk to you about an event that's happening on April 2nd. I want to talk to you about. But Okay.
Are you surviving this dog or what? Or
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? I'm going to talk about the leader of the United States of America, because he likes these shoes. Okay, there's but there's a particular shoe he likes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Florisham, is that a brand?
I have
shoes?
no idea.
I know, and I think it's like a $70 pair of shoes. He really likes it, but he bought pairs for all the people in his inner circle. Like so, do
they like the shoes?
Well, he sort of demanded that they always wear these shoes in his presence. Okay, so Donald Trump wants these shoes worn by his VP.
I have no way of verifying.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Can you show me the shoe?
Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. But Trump, who ordered these shoes for his people, he didn't actually ask, what is your shoe size? Like, if I were buying you shoes, my first question would be, Nick, what's your shoe size? And then I would try to buy you the right size shoes. So there are, AP and Reuters accredited photos of these people meeting with Trump, like J.D. Vance, etc. No, wearing shoes that are way too big for them. Like they're flopping around in shoes that are like 2-3 sizes too big.
And why are we talking about this?
Because I want to ask you if you think this man with an ego like that and who would deliver like that, if you want him responsible for the exit strategy in Iran.
I have absolutely no comment. One has nothing to do with the other. I have no comment.
All right, I'm going to send you these photos. I'll text you these photos.
The shoe, ridiculous.
It speaks to something greater, which is we're in big trouble, brother. Okay, I want to know what's happening on April 2nd. This is closer to home. This is Concord, Ontario. Concord, I have a question for you as a man of this GTA. Is Concord a city or is it like a part of Vaughan?
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? Oh, come on, I'm having a chat with my buddy Nick.
Concord is, I guess, a district or something like that.
Part of Vaughan, right?
Part of Vaughan, I guess.
City above Toronto, the city of Vaughan.
Let's look it up.
What's happening? What's happening on April 2nd in Concord, Ontario?
Well, we're having an amazing event. It's Building Toronto Skyline live.
Wow.
Bradford, you're going to be there too.
Okay.
Hopefully your audience will attend as well. And we're going to talk about everything Toronto, construction and development, and other issues and other stuff. It's going to be an exciting night. People will have a chance to meet the new mayor, which is going to be Brad Bradford. Do you believe that's going to happen?
You're calling it now.
I'm calling it now, man.
But we don't even know who else is running.
That's exactly it.
Well, Olivia hasn't even officially said she's running again.
Well, she shouldn't. She's like the worst mayor probably Toronto has ever had. She's nice. She looks like a nice lady, though.
But are you basing that based on like actual facts and metrics, or just that you think she was a member of the NDP party, so she's some bad lefty who cares more about bike lanes than my driving? So is that fair to Olivia Chow? Like if we judge her on her record, by the way, she didn't get a full term.
Most people do that in democratic elections. It's emotional.
She didn't get a full term because John Tory was elected and then he resigned and they had a by-election, right?
Okay, she ran.
Yeah, she won. Right. I'm saying that so it's not a full term.
So what?
No, it's not. No, so nothing. But I'm telling you,
thank God.
Have you actually looked at?
Thank God it's not a full term.
So regardless, you're backing Brad Bradford.
She is a terrible mayor. Okay, she's not smart in terms of policy and this and that.
See, I think that's to me, it's like we're talking different. I know that's the whole point of the show.
I've listened to Brad.
Like, do you live in this city? Is my question. Like, what are you talking about? You didn't like her the minute you saw she was a member of the NDP, married to Jack Layton, leader of NDP.
I've listened to Brad. He's got great ideas.
Okay, so this difference. You're not anti-Chow so much as you're pro Brad.
Yeah, I read his posts and all the time, and he's got amazing.
You like the cut of his jib.
He's very practical. That's what he wants to do. He wants to change the city for the better.
So where does somebody go if they want to buy a couple of tickets for this live Building Toronto Skyline event on April 2nd?
Well, you can go to. We have a you're going to post it on your social media.
Well, right? I posted it already on TorontoLink.com.
It's on Eventbrite too.
So
check it out on Eventbrite. I have links.
Did your wife show you what I wrote yesterday? I was chatting with your wife. Lovely woman, by the way.
With my wife.
She initiated. Okay.
Are you sure it's my wife or my sister?
I'm going to tell you in a second. I think
Who's the name?
Maybe it's your
Anna?
sister. Yeah.
Okay, well, you can't talk to my wife.
That's your wife, right? Okay, so I was chatting with your wife.
It's Anna's my sister.
Oh, My apologies.
I got you on air live.
Okay, you got me here. I'm sorry. What's your wife's name again?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, so you're right. I apologize. I wasn't chatting with your wife. I thought I was chatting with Anna, and Anna. Okay, I see now. She's the I see now. Fusion Corp Development saying. My apologies. So I was chatting with your sister, and we were talking about this event with Councillor Brad Bradford, and I was telling her how I really want to support you with this, and I spent time crafting like a very beautiful post on TorontoMike.com. This was yesterday. But then I sent it to your sister. I thought it was your wife, and I made a mistake. I sent it to your sister, and I'm now looking at it now. But here it is, TorontoMike.com, dated yesterday. And I see a great picture of you and Brad Bradford. You're the host, and Brad's the speaker. This is a private industry conversation on the future of Toronto development. Yeah. People can meet Brad Bradford. You got a cap on how many people can attend. This is it's in Concord, Ontario. It's at 50 Cashmere Court, Unit 5. It's called, say that word for me, Vial?
Vile.
Okay, Viale. It's going to be a great location. I am going to be there. I hope to be recording it and capturing this great audio. And I want to just tell the people that there is a link on TorontoMike.com. I just wrote about it yesterday. You can find a link. It's on Eventbrite. And I see here there's like you get a drink. There's a VIP reception you can go to with, oh my goodness, a meet and greet with Nick Ioannis. How much is that going to set me back? Holy smokes. But I'm helping you with this because I value our relationship, and I do like Brad Bradford. I personally am not endorsing Brad Bradford like you are, but what I am doing is I'm supporting your conversation best I can.
Well, you're doing a good job of it, and I think you should post that on social media as well, if you can. That'll be great. Are you going to do it?
Well, the biggest thing I thought I could do right away is I can write about this in my own voice, write about this event on my valued website, TorontoMike.com.
Well, listen, whether your audience is liberal or conservative or left versus right, that's what we're on right now, left versus right. Look, end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether you're on the left or the right. You want what's best for Torontonians, and you want what's best for Canada at the end of the day. And we want what's best for the world.
Absolutely.
We want people to live in peace and be free and and live in a world that's safe and sound. That's all we care about, right, Mike?
And that's where it's a perfect place to end, because I want to be clear. I'm rooting for success in whatever Israel and United States, whatever they're up to in the Middle East. I just hope people are safe, and I just hope it's for the greater good, and we could get rid of some of these evil regimes.
Yeah, but you know what? I heard someone's coming out of hiding in Iran. I don't know if you heard this.
Who?
The Iron Sheik.
Is he here right now?
Well, if you play a clip, maybe he's here.
I'm hoping you'll go into your Iron Sheik impression.
Iran, number one. Russia, number one. USA, ha! Tuh! That's my impression.
That's good. That's good. I got to introduce you to my buddy Stu Stone. He was here yesterday, and he was here Wednesday, actually. And Stu Stone used to be the person who would help the Iron Sheik with his social media. So when you would follow Iron Sheik on Twitter, Stu Stone would be helping Iron Sheik, the late great.
He was a good man.
He was a great man. He escaped Iran.
Yeah.
And made a life for himself from nothing. He made a great, successful life for himself in the United States of America. So we all love the Iron Sheik. We love you.
Thank you. We love everybody. We love everyone, even the liberals.
And thank you for listening to Mike and Nick. Left versus right. Please share, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks.